number 3. This team was playing some of the best football of the season. This team has won 10 straight games in a row. This team is 11-1 and first in the NFC North and first in the NFC playoff picture. They have wins over the Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks, Cowboys, Vikings, Titans, Packers, Texans, Jaguars, Colts, and Bears. The list goes on and on and on. That is the Detroit Lions. But I have them dropping down from number 2 to number 3 this week. And the reason I have them dropping down is for 2 major factors, right? For one, it seems like every week they're losing at least 2 to 3 guys on the IR. They're up to 15 guys on defense alone on the IR. What? Like, come on. They just signed Jamal Adams. Maybe that will help. Maybe that will put a Band-Aid over the bleeding for like a little while. But the point of the matter is right now the Lions need stitches. They need stitches. They need to get those people back. They're playing good football still. Do not get it twisted. But the other 2 teams at number 2 and number 1, I think if they were to play head-to-head right now, those 2 teams would win. So dropping down 1 spot from number 2 to number 3 is the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are sitting at number 3. They do play the Green Bay Packers on Thursday Night Football, which I have them at number 5. Would be a very, very good win. I expect them to win. I expect them to dominate that game. Then they play the Buffalo Bills at home. And then they get a rematch versus the Chicago Bears at Chicago. So, guys, I do have the Lions dropping from 2 to 3. What do you guys think? Nash Brown says, what? What are you talking about? I thought the Lions were number 1. I don't know. James Frank says the Eagles should be number 1. They are number 1, maybe. Let's talk about it. It says that I like the Lions a lot. John says you're just a hater. John, I'm not a hater. These are fluid power rankings. Going into week 14, they would beat 29 other teams. They would. But the 2 teams at number 2 and number 1, they would not beat going into week 14. Just calling a spade a spade. John says, I think your brain dead. No, I don't think so, John. I don't think so. Hell, I was just on the Lions Grit podcast, and they're like, oh, the Lions are only going to beat the Packers by like 3. It is going to come down to a last coaching call at the very last play. Maybe they're being realistic. Or maybe they're just like, man, we are freaking injured. And the Packers are not. Guys, injuries gotta play in your head, right? They are legit losing a guy to IR or 2 every week that they're playing. It just goes on and on and on. And Josh says, I agree with you like this. They are number 3 right now. They are. He's like, butt kisser? What? I'm not a butt kisser. I'm just a realist, baby. I'm just a realist. John says Detroit beats the Buffalo Bills and wins against the Eagles. I guess we'll find out in 2 weeks if they can beat the Buffalo Bills. We will talk about that. Nacho Gomez says Detroit have had the hardest remaining schedule. They come crashing down with all those injuries on defense. They do play 3 tough teams, right? They do play the Packers, Bills, and Vikings to end the season. Bears should be a cakewalk. Still a division game, but they should win that game. But the 49ers definitely would be packed up by now. And John says, BS, the Lions beat the Packers by 10. I think the Lions will beat down the Packers, honestly. Laura says, I think Buckage is mad because the Lions are so injured and still winning by huge numbers, and the Chiefs aren't doing that. So, no, that's nothing to do with it. I'm being totally unbiased here. But I do have the Detroit Lions coming in at number 3. Then coming in at number 2.